I don't want to be strong like man who look pretty. I want to be strong like bitch that fight bears in the forest.
Welcome to another episode of Bitch vs. Bear with your hosts, Amber.
Me.
And me, Sydney. Woohoo! Co-owners of Shield Maiden Training Co. This is a show where we bitch, laugh, and chat about all things fitness and wellness and every other damn thing under the sun related to women and the LGBTQIA+ community.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. We also have some, well, we think it's exciting.
We have some news.
We have some news. We are gonna adjust our episode releases for a little bit, starting in January / February, starting right now, because Amber is relocating back to Maine because her job is awesome, and she got more responsibility and hopefully more money.
Pending board approval.
Pending board approval. Gotta love nonprofits. Pending board approval. No, she'll get it because she's awesome. And so we are going to figure out how to navigate that transition. So right now, what we're able to do is put it out a little less frequently.
Yeah.
But we'll still be around for you to get your bitch versus bear fix because we're like really bad dealers. And we don't give you drugs. We give you ways to help. And the drugs would probably be more fun.
They'd be more efficient, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so that's super exciting. And then we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming sometime, hopefully in the spring.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to get through my transition moving period.
And all your trips, like
Because still
you're leaving the
TBD
country.
on where I'm going to live.
Well, you know.
Because 2 weeks from today, I will not have a place to live.
She says that. She has a plan. She likes...
There's a plan.
There's a loose plan. Well, no, I mean, the first half of it's pretty firm.
I mean, the second half of it's pretty firm.
Yeah, it's that in-between part.
There's like 2 weeks where I don't actually have a place to live.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Gracie and I will be just
Practicing
wandering around.
your winter weather camping?
No.
Camping skills?
That we will not be doing.
No. Well,
No.
that's our news. It's very exciting. We're very excited for Amber.
Yes.
So, that's... You'll get little tidbits instead of, like, every week.
Yeah.
Ginormous meals.
Yeah. You'll have to
Ration.
spread it out a little.
Yeah. It'll be great.
Yeah.
It's not... Yeah. It'll be...
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's still the same great content.
Yeah.
Well, we think it's great content. Hopefully you do too. Just a little less frequently for a little while.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. Well, what are we doing this week?
We are diving into a concept. I'm going to call it a concept.
Okay.
Workplace wellness. Because, let's be real, the wellness and specifically like workplace wellness has become like a buzzword. Like when people are like going and interviewing for new jobs or like applying to places, they're like, okay, well, what's part of my benefits package? Like, what's my wellness package? And so I was like, okay, we should talk about this.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely become part of what people expect when they're like job hunting and looking for new positions and what can this employer offer me in terms of like health and wellness and like wellness benefits.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
You know, there was a point when offices, employers were giving everyone Fitbits or like insurance plans were giving everyone Fitbits.
Yep.
And people like became obsessed with step counts. And like I was maybe a little bit part of that.
I think we all were.
The girls, the women that I worked with in like childcare, I remember distinctly. Like when I would cover lunches and do all that with childcare, they'd be like power walking around the playground and like comparing steps. And I was like, what is going on? What did I walk into?
Why?
It was nuts.
What are you doing? Nothing, I gotta get my steps in. I mean,
Yeah.
like, okay, guilty, right? Like, I feel like I was definitely one of those people who, and it's so funny because, like, now I'm like, whatever. But that concept, like, thinking back to that really got me. I wanted to think about like, do these programs actually help? Like, did that actually help them? Or are the employers just trying to look good without actually fixing like real problems?
Oh, yeah.
And so I know today we're going to tackle some of those because I wrote it.
Great.
And also with obviously the frame of reference for women in LGBTQ, like,
As always.
are these programs really helping these people? Like, I feel like we have very different experiences when it comes to workplace wellness than, say, like, gentlemen.
Yeah.
So it's going to be such a fun episode. I'm so curious.
Yeah. And I would say that even our experiences from working for Outward Bound and like in more active, focused workplaces is probably different than like
Corporate America?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who I would assume was also like hard selling.
Oh, yeah.
It is
Well, like,
even more than
yeah.
we probably experienced. Okay. Let's start with a bit of backstory. Workplace wellness programs aren't new. They've been around for decades, but they used to be like super basic. Stuff like offering gym discounts or those terrible like smoking cessation posters in the break room, which like I would argue a gym discount is like top notch. I would absolutely take advantage of that.
Especially now, because like gyms are so expensive. Like back then, it was probably the least expensive thing they could do. They were like, who goes to a gym?
Who uses the gym?
Like, there's a track at the local park. That's where everybody goes, you know?
It's a thing now. Okay, but at this point, it's evolved into this whole like industry. Everything's an industry now. There are therapy reimbursements, which like actually really love that because a lot of insurances don't cover it. Financial wellness coaching, actually really love that too. Even meditation app subscriptions. It's like companies are finally realizing that happy employees might actually work better.
Shocking concept.
Shocking.
Right? Like,
So, okay, I have a story.
okay.
I don't know if you built in story time, but I'm going to build it in right now.
Cool.
My job has like the employee assistance program thing, which is phenomenal. If your workplace has that, fucking take advantage.
Yeah.
It is amazing. But ours like partnered with, what's the name of it? It's an app. It's like a mental health wellness app. So they like partnered with them. Normally the subscription is like $30 a month, but we get it for free. You can just download it and use it. It's got like all these different like video webinar things that you can partake in. It's got journal prompts. Like, it's really cool.
That's so. Do you just have to like sign up essentially, like
Yeah.
using your work email?
Yeah,
Like,
you
and
just
that's
put
how
in the code from.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was very impressed. I was like, this is actually like really
So
cool.
that, you know, I think we'll talk about this in a little bit down below, but I think it is important to note that so many employees don't actually take full advantage of their benefits package, right? Like if you're job hunting and you're looking at a benefits package, most people are thinking, okay, salary, PTO, insurance coverage.
Right.
But like there are a ton of employers, whether that's in the private sector, the nonprofit sector, you know, even government work, that offer additional benefits that people aren't taking advantage of.
Yeah.
And so like look into your employee benefits.
Yes.
That's like my PSA about a side tangent is like go to your HR representative, go to somebody and be like, can I get a full breakdown of what my actual benefits are? And like really start to analyze them and be like, what am I not utilizing? Because your business is paying for it. And they take whatever they pay and they put that into your salary, right? So like if you're looking at your total compensation from your business, the take home, they don't give a shit what you take home because what they're saying is, I'm actually paying an additional $10,000 to you through these other programs and benefits. So you not taking advantage of them are leaving money out there on the table. So don't do that.
Yeah. And if you have access to like a comprehensive employee assistance program like we do, like it is mind blowing what you can do with that.
Yeah.
Like there's counseling like mental health counseling sessions. There's financial counseling sessions. There's
Talk about gaming. It's not even gaming the system. Like
it's
they,
there.
they
They're
are
giving it to you.
They're telling you like this. We're doing these things. Like, okay, you want, or I'm going to throw out a number, 65K. They are like, we're there because you're making 55, but I'm putting in, I pay your PTO, so I have to cover that time. I pay part of your insurance. I pay the taxes on things.
Yeah.
I offer this employee wellness, so like take advantage of that.
Because like
Cold hard
it's
cash
awesome,
is nice,
but like it also doesn't pay the bills. So
Yeah.
like take advantage.
Yeah.
Um,
But if you're not spending additional resources on those other things where your employer is giving them to you, like do
Yeah.
that.
like discounts to flights and rental cars and like event tickets.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. Anyways,
Don't
that's
leave
my
money on the
PSA.
table. Okay. So going back to this concept of
Right.
healthier employees make better workers, right? And it makes sense, right? Like even if you just take it on like the very simple concept of healthier employees mean they take fewer sick days.
Mm.
And then so like you're not paying them to be sick.
Fair. Yes.
And then there's less burnout and people actually like showing up to work because they feel happy and fulfilled.
Yes.
Ha, novel idea.
Really
And-
is.
Post-pandemic, wellness is obviously a much bigger deal than it ever was, and it's definitely more talked about.
Mhm.
And so it's not just about that physical health anymore. It's about mental health too, which is huge, especially for groups like LGBTQ plus employees who face extra stress at work. We have
You don't say.
we have to strap on that, loaded backpack every day. Walk out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's break down the options employers are throwing at us these days. All right. First up, the physical health stuff. This is like the classics, right? Free gym membership, yoga classes, maybe a wellness stipend for workout gear, or in the case of my job, whatever health insurance doesn't cover, right? The standing desks.
Ah!
This whole thing. I say that with an attitude, even though I did buy one for myself. But I never stood at it, so it was kind of pointless. Office jobs rolled those out like they were saving the planet, right? Honestly,
I wrote this line for Amber because it was so true. What did you use your standing desk for, Amber?
working, obviously.
And what else?
I mean, I didn't really fidget that much at it because I was never standing at it. That was the problem.
You were like on that swivel chair over there.
I swivel now. It's a swivel chair. I love a swivel chair.
But you were at height swiveling.
Yeah. I had to get a new chair at one point because the one I had just wasn't sturdy enough. Made me very nervous.
Yeah, the standing desk. The standing desk, like, cult that happened.
And like I think it can be a good concept if it's utilized.
Right, like the whole thing about these wellness programs and offerings and things like that is actually fucking using them, right?
Right. Yeah, that's the hard thing. Because like I got the standing desk because I was like, yeah, like obviously we can't just be sitting all the time. Like we need to stand, and like I'll be able to stand. But like I never did.
Yeah. Or
Because like things weren't at the right height, and like it wasn't.
it wasn't ergonomical and
Yeah.
And then, now the new thing is the walking pads. So like the really thin treadmills.
I've seen those,
Like,
yeah.
First of all, the audacity of rebranding a treadmill to a walking pad. Like, I get it. Walking pad, you can't run on that motherfucker.
Mm-mm.
You were just walking. But like, can't we just call it a wee treadmill? Like it's something, like, let's call it what it is.
A compact treadmill.
They revamped it. Look at these walking pads. I'm like, bitch, that's just a miniature treadmill. That makes me so mad. But like that, I would say that that's the new thing. It's the walking pads coupled with the standing desk. It's great.
Just compounding it.
It used to be the like sit bike pedals.
Oof.
Do you remember those?
Yeah.
This is me pedaling. By the
Or
way.
the like bouncy ball.
Oh yeah.
Which, okay, to be fair, I actually really liked that. I did use one at the office for a while
You did.
and like found it really lovely.
The problem that I have with them is it makes my abs fucking hurt because I have to like put everything actually into place.
Right.
And so like, ugh.
I love it.
And my upper back is like pulling my shoulders back to
Which
sit.
like you should be doing anyways.
I know. Okay.
I'm trying to like consciously do that.
Okay. So what else are they throwing at us? There, of course, is the mental health piece.
Yeah.
So therapy reimbursements, if you get that, awesome. Mindfulness workshops, like I know places that are like bringing in mindful coaches. Like, okay, we're going to take an hour in the conference room.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I don't like that.
Yeah. Though this is my personal favorite, and I'm so glad this is becoming part of the workplace wellness culture. Mental health days.
Oh.
Yeah. So, like, it's not a sick day. It's not, like, you just need a break. Your brain needs to be able to shut off, not look at a computer screen, not have to deal with people in that kind of way. Thank the Lord that people are realizing that burnout is like a real thing and that mental health days can reduce burnout by a significant amount. So, I'm a
Is
big
that
fan.
outside of like PTO days?
Yeah. So you can just take a mental health day. Like they allocate them in the same way.
Oh,
But
that's
like you don't have to burn PTO. Like they're just kind of like, oh, you're once a month you get 2 mental health days, or once a month you get a mental health day. So you can just like decompress.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we have like some fun extras. Some companies have employee resource groups, or ERGs, which are amazing for women and LGBTQ plus folks. It's all about like building community at work, which is good.
Yeah, I think it comes from that, I remember it used to be like, we're all family here, which is
I
a problematic
see a huge issue.
statement. But what I think they were trying to say is we have a positive work culture and we take a look at how we can support each other both in and out of the office setting. I think that's what they were trying to say.
I think they were trying to say we're going to make you feel obligated to do all these things without being paid because you're family and that's what family does.
Maybe that. I think there are some creative perks out there. Like, I really am a big supporter of the like financial coaching or the stipends that for like making your home office more ergonomic and like work better for you. Like,
Love that.
I honestly, those feel like a gift after years of just like makeshift setups on like kitchen tables and like kind of bullshit. That's where I think we need to be going. But
Yeah.
But not every program is a win, and I think there is some drama, we'll say, to wellness programs. And I know you love drama.
I love drama. Love drama. I'm a drama queen.
True story.
Okay, let's start with the good stuff. First, these programs can really help reduce burnout. Like, imagine being a working mom trying to juggle a career and childcare and like take care of the home and like all the things, right? Flexible work hours or childcare support can be a lifesaver. And add LGBTQ plus.
Sure.
And for LGBTQ plus employees, things like inclusive health benefits or having a support group at work can make a huge difference. It's about knowing and feeling like you are being seen and being supported.
Yeah.
So important. You took the messy part?
I
Man,
did. I did that on purpose.
Rude.
But here's where it gets a little messy. Not all wellness programs are created equal. Like, remember when weight loss challenges were a thing, Amber?
Yes, I do. Horrific.
Right? So, okay, imagine, if you will, you're in that setting. We've all been there, or most of us have. And think about the teams that had members with eating disorders or simply didn't want their bodies like scrutinized, and then they're alienated for not participating in this challenge. Like, you are battling an eating disorder and they're like, we're doing a weight loss challenge this January. Like,
I got that on lockdown.
yeah.
Just watch. Like, oh my God.
Oh,
So bad.
so that's the problem with the one-size-fits-all programs across the board, right?
Yeah.
And please don't get me started on the companies that think a free yoga class will fix toxic managers or a 60-hour work week. Like,
No, thank you. No, thank you.
and then there's the accessibility issue. So if you're a disabled employee, or, you know, just if you're a disabled employee, something like a competitive step challenge might feel more isolating than inspiring. Like, how these wellness benefits are framed is really important. And
Of course, Sydney,
What?
were you not the one who instituted an office squat challenge one year?
yes,
Yes.
I did. I
It was
absolutely did.
awful. I hated every minute of it.
But I made modifications for those who couldn't or didn't want to squat.
Mm.
Just saying. Okay. And then there's this other side that I don't think gets talked enough about, which is women and LGBTQ folks, employees, might not even feel comfortable using wellness perks because they don't want to be seen as needy or less than capable. So how these things are framed, like, it's like, okay, come to your manager if you feel like you have burnout and you need mental health days. You're not going to raise your hand. It's like being in front of an auditorium and it's like,
I don't
no,
like that.
I'm not volunteering for that. Even if it could benefit me.
Right.
Because now I'm the one more person walking down the hallway to my manager's office to be like, I'm feeling a little stressed. Like, you might be, but everybody else is going to be like, they can't handle it. You know, like,
Yeah.
that kind of stigma is still
Totally.
very present, and so it can be really off-putting.
And I think that's what I like about programs like our EAP, because you have a login. Like, you can go in and you can log in and your employer never has to know that you're using it.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, I think they probably get like numbers at the end of the year of how many employees took advantage of, but like, they're not going to know that you specifically went in to seek financial counseling because
Yeah.
you've got debt coming out of your ears. Like it's much more personal, which I think is really nice.
Yeah.
So all of this being said, it can all feel very performative. Like, sure, give me a Headspace subscription. I actually really like Headspace. But also, like, maybe address the fact that I'm drowning in meetings. That could have been an email. Or that I'm not making enough to buy eggs. Or that I was hired into a fully remote position and now everybody's like, fuck that. We're reversing our policy and you now need to come into the office in person full time.
Yeah.
Like, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah.
And we know, everybody knows, not everyone will admit it. Women face so many unique challenges at work. Like, we're expected to manage our workloads and then somehow also handle all this, like, invisible emotional labor too. Wellness programs should reflect that. Things like paid family leave or flexible hours aren't just perks, they're necessities. And for LGBTQ plus employees, the conversation has to go beyond surface level gestures.
Yes. Totally. Oh. Like, having gender neutral bathrooms is great, but what about making sure trans employees have access to healthcare benefits? Just, you know.
What?
It's about creating a culture, not just checking a box. Like, oh, yep, okay, we got those bathrooms installed. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We told them they should download this app for mental health. No.
We provided the URL. Like, fuck off.
Exactly. And I think a lot of companies don't realize how much these small efforts, or the lack of them, can impact retention. Everyone's always talking about fucking retention, but nobody does anything to actually retain their employees and make them want to stay.
Exactly.
Or very few companies. I'm sure there's companies that are like doing a great job with this. People want to work where they feel valued.
It's not a...
We all just want to feel valued. It's
right?
not
like it's not
it's
a
no
hard
secret.
concept. Yeah.
So what can we do about it? If you're an employee, start small. Ask HR for an anonymous wellness survey to see what people actually want. And like, don't be afraid to suggest new ideas.
Yeah. And if you're in leadership, listen to your employees.
What?
Especially women and LGBTQ plus folks.
They're smart. They know what they need.
Yeah. Their voices are key to building truly inclusive wellness programs. Like if you exclude their voices, your program is going to fall flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
The dudes don't need it.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them do. That's not fair. But still.
Also, if you're an LGBTQ plus employee or a woman in a male-dominated industry, find allies. Join or start one of the ERGs. You don't have to navigate alone through your workplace.
Yeah.
Workplace wellness has a lot of potential, but it only works if it's actually inclusive and meaningful.
Right?
And not just performative.
Yeah. Yeah. That is not useful.
No.
Give your employees like tangible things that are actually going to help them.
Yeah.
In real ways.
And if you have a really cool wellness benefit, please let us know about it. Because I think people don't talk about them enough. And so there's like that little bit of gatekeeping, not intentional, but I think it's just like, oh, I didn't realize that other people don't get this benefit. I just thought this was ubiquitous. Like it's share the cool things because then we can pass them along to decision makers and like, you know, give other people potential options for great wellness benefits.
Yeah. And like the more people who know about it and are asking for it, the harder it is for employers to like
ignore
that and not provide anything, especially just if they're going to stay competitive.
Yeah.
Like if other companies in that industry are providing better wellness benefits, which provide a better workplace, employees are going to go there.
Exactly.
Like there's no more company loyalty anymore.
Yeah.
Like you go where you can get the best.
Yeah.
Whatever. Pay.
Yeah.
Workplace environment.
Capitalistic culture has ingrained that in us, and so you've taken away that loyalty. So finding ways to incentivize people to come and to stay is an important part of being, you know, operating a business.
Yeah.
So
spread the word.
So spread the word. Let us know what wellness benefits you like and enjoy that your employer provides to you.
Yes. And remember, if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform or social media. Whatever. Just interact with us. We love it.
It's true.
Okay. So that's a wrap. We will see you in 2 weeks. Please don't leave us. We love you. I just don't have time. All right. And always remember, whether you are lifting weights or lifting each other up, let's keep breaking barriers, building strength, and embracing our rainbow of resilience. Until next time, bitches and bears, stay fierce and stay fabulous. Super